Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than two of them.
Versus Caitlin Clark. And that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to.
Caitlin Clark is set to miss a staggering 23 days of league action, at a time when viewership is already slipping following her team's playoff exit.
We're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3.
Frustration is growing, and some fans are threatening to tune out of the WNBA altogether. But before jumping to conclusions, it's worth taking a closer look at just how much Caitlin Clark has transformed the league this season, because the numbers are genuinely.
23 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark.
Believe it or not, Caitlin Clark's announcement caught fans completely off guard. And now analysts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt are about to see a real test of star power in the WNBA. With Clark out of the spotlight, the big question looms: who truly carries the league? Because if her absence hits as hard as some expect, attendance and viewership could take a serious dip.
If Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Caitlin Clark, the former University of Iowa superstar, has officially closed the chapter on her rookie season in the WNBA. And it's safe to say her impact has been nothing short of game-changing. From the moment she stepped onto the court, the rookie sensation electrified the league. Known for her limitless shooting range and elite playmaking, Clark didn't just perform, she captivated. Night after night, she drew massive crowds and shattered viewership expectations, turning every game into a must-watch event. Her debut season, however, came to a premature end following a hard-fought playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, cutting short what many believe could have been a deep postseason run. Still, the bigger picture is impossible to ignore. Clark wasn't just a standout player. She was the engine behind the Indiana Fever, leading the league in attendance, both at home and on the road. Her presence didn't just elevate her team, it reshaped the spotlight around the entire league.
Team, she's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last.
Whenever Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court, arenas were packed with fans eager to witness something special. People traveled across the country just to see her launch deep threes, thread impossible passes, and display a level of basketball IQ that felt must-watch every single night. Her presence was magnetic. Every game turned into an event, boosting the national profile of the Indiana Fever and turning them into one of the most talked-about teams in the WNBA. But here's where the conversation gets interesting. Now that Clark is out of the playoffs, the spotlight shifts. The league isn't cooked, but it does face a real test. Can that same level of energy, attention, and fan engagement hold without its biggest draw on the floor?
It's definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever in Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the...
And it's not just fans of the Indiana Fever who are feeling the void. The WNBA as a whole is beginning to feel the ripple effects of Caitlin Clark's playoff exit. Early indicators suggest a dip in viewership, particularly for weekend matchups that typically draw some of the season's largest audiences. Without Clark on the national stage, those numbers face real pressure, because this season, fans weren't just tuning in for teams, they were tuning in for her. Clark's electrifying performances turned every appearance into must-see television, elevating not just her team, but the league's overall visibility. She has clearly outgrown the label of just a rookie. Clark became a full-fledged superstar, with an influence that stretched far beyond the Fever. And now, with her absence from the postseason, the league faces a defining moment, one that will test whether its recent surge in attention can sustain itself without its biggest draw.
Or do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. Parity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being